So let's do what we can only do in Germany and bring this flat 6 out to the red line as far as we can go. So let's go, let's drop down to 3rd. Hello guys and welcome back to the Volks Wizard channel. Today's video is another road trip in the 981 Porsche Boxster GTS. You may recall I went abroad to Italy with my wife, Kate, who's over there, back in June, July, and we had a bit of a problem with COVID that curtailed that trip. Well, we're going to try and put that right today and get to our destination that was the same destination for that trip that we never made it to. I will show you on the map where we're going. Say hello. So we're going to be starting off somewhere here, it's just off the page, in France, going into Belgium. We're going to try and avoid the tolls this time and have a more interesting route. We're not heading to the south of France, so it's fine to do that. Our overnight stop is going to be in a place called Sedan, which is just there on the French-Belgian border, just into France. And it's not a big drive really, as you can see the coast is sort of over here, so that should be a nice relaxing evening. And then the next day we have a choice really, but I haven't been to Germany for a while. Driving a Boxster, a Porsche down the motorway past Stuttgart would be good. And we're going to stay overnight down here in a town called Dornbirn, which is the 10th largest town in Austria, believe it or not, somewhere there. That gives us the options then to go to our final destination, which is over here, somewhere in Italy, Bolzano, Murano, around there, via the Stelvio Pass. If the weather's no good though, we can just stick to the Intal motorway, which goes to Innsbruck from around here. So we've got some choices. The weather's looking okay for that day, but the day from there through Germany is not looking too good at the moment. So yeah, it could be a very interesting trip this. So I'll see you next time when we're at our hotel in Sedan. Guys, welcome to Sedan in northeastern France. We're actually staying in a hotel that used to be a medieval fort. I think it's one of the biggest or the biggest in Europe. You can't really tell looking here that we're this high up off the ground, so you actually drive in through the fort into the courtyard, which I'll show you in a sec. Yeah, it's not expensive, it's pretty convenient. You can dodge the tolls coming through Belgium. That wasn't too bad a drive. It was not as easy as sitting on the toll motorways towards Reims and around there, but it didn't take much longer and it saved us, I think, probably about £50 or so. This is the room. It's you know, does the job. What I want to show you is the courtyard. So you'll park in the middle of here. There's a car. Down there, there's actually a really cool rich plated Bentley down there, and that's the part of the hotel where you go into reception, and I think dinner in the hotel restaurant is somewhere over there, which we had last night. It was really good. It was a high quality French thing. It wasn't ridiculously expensive and just so convenient going down there. So today, as you can see, it isn't the sunniest day ever, but it could be worse, I suppose, and it could get worse. So we are somewhere around here. I haven't got my glasses on, but I think we're around here, yeah. So we've got to get to Dornbirn, which is here, and that means we've got the whole of Germany to get through, which is this pinky colour here. So we're going to go towards Stuttgart, which is a bit complicated, and then Waze wants to send us down here, but we're actually going to go on this quieter autobahn and then just cruise the top of Lake Constance, which is really pretty, and get to Dornbirn. So yeah, it should be a good day. We're going to do 5 countries: France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Germany and Austria. And if you detour a very small distance, you could do 7. You could do Liechtenstein and Switzerland, but we're probably not going to get time to do that. So I'll see you probably next somewhere. I don't know, it may even be Lake Constance. o'clock-ish, and we're just on the A8 autobahn, about 30 miles from Stuttgart, and we've just been through a de-restricted section. That was good fun, but now we're slowing down to like 100 kilometers an hour, that is, at the I-30M behind me. Looks good. Yeah, so we've still got quite a few hours to go, but it's taken a long time to get to Stuttgart from where we started off in Sedan, but it could be worse. It's just a mixture of roads, some motorway, some slow roads, lots of roadworks, but yeah. And then obviously this is the reality of the autobahn network. We're going to be doing 40 miles an hour in a second in a queue for quite a long distance, so yeah, I hope the nav has already allowed for this, because it's going to slow us down quite a lot. Well guys, I actually quite like German services, even though you have to pay to go to the toilets. They've got a good selection of food, and they've also got some model cars. Look at that, we've got down the road from Stuttgart a Carrera and a GT3 RS. I'm pretty sure they're the same price. Why would you go for the Carrera? Okay, it's now 4:15 local time, and we're just having our lunch, which shows you how the day's kind of gone really. We've been on the autobahn for probably half of the time so far, and we haven't really had a clear run on it. There's loads of roadworks, and some of the autobahn is reduced to like 100 kilometers an hour. What's that, like 60 miles an hour? It's not been good, but I think the navigation allowed for that, and we're still aiming to get to our destination at Dornbirn for about 6:15 or 6:30 now. We've had a break. That shouldn't be too bad. We are just south of Stuttgart now on the A81. It's not the route that Nav was trying to take us on. That wanted to take us towards Ulm, but I just wanted to get off the busy autobahn, because that just goes all the way to Munich and into Eastern Europe, and it's just so busy. We should have stopped before this, but I think the one we were going to stop at didn't exist, and there are other ones that we've just driven past and not seen in time, hence why we're so late. But we got some fuel before we left Sedan, and it should get us most of the way to our destination. So that's where we are today. Have I had fun driving a Porsche on the autobahn near Stuttgart? No, not at all really. It's not that kind of motorway. I was hoping this one would be, because it just ends at Lake Constance, but it's still really busy. Luckily though, we haven't seen a thunderstorm yet, and that was predicted by pretty much throughout the route in the weather forecasting up until today. I haven't really looked at today. That's good. I've still got a couple of hours yet, but yeah, fingers crossed we'll get to Dornbirn at a decent time. Okay, well, this motorway amazingly looks pretty quiet, the weather's good, so let's do what we can only do in Germany and bring this flat 6 out to the red line as far as we can go. So let's drop down to 3rd, 4th, 160, 200 kilometers an hour into 5th. 220 into 6th. I think that'll do. What do you think?
It's okay for me, I think.
Yeah, it's fun, but the best thing about the autobahn when it's working is that you can do like 100 miles an hour for a long time, which is a lot safer than doing this. But I reckon you could have a faster average speed driving around the UK motorways than in Germany right now. It's great to doing all the roadworks, but I just can't believe how slow progress is. This motorway goes to Switzerland. It's not really that useful to that many people, so it's quite quiet. Even though it's a 2-lane, you can get some decent speed, but this is not in any way typical of a German autobahn. I'd be crashed out in a bar somewhere, but no, I'm in a cable car going up the Karren Mountain here in Dornbirn. Across the road from the hotel with the Burger King, and we've got our food in my rucksack here. We don't normally eat this stuff, but the plan was to get here before dark to enjoy the view, and as you can see, we didn't quite make that, but there's still quite a good view now, so that's good. Up here is a restaurant. I don't know if you can see it, looks like a Bombardiers lair. and it was fully booked tonight, but apparently it's not very good and quite expensive, so yeah, Burger King will have to do, but at least we get the view anyway. It's quite a nice calm evening. So yeah, I'll give you a proper look at the view when we get up there. Okay guys, we're at the top now, and you can hear some music. I think that's coming from in the restaurant. You can see people scoffing up there with that amazing view, and hopefully you can see that view then. So there's a nice red sunset in the distance, and you've got the Lake Constance, the Bodensee there in front of us. There's also this viewing platform here, but there's loads of people on that, and to be honest, it's not that different to down here. You can see the motorway there, and our hotel is somewhere visible, but it was on the way up. I think it's over there in the distance. Yeah, sorry it's not daylight, but maybe we'll come back some other time. Right, time to get some food down us. Morning guys, welcome to day 3 of this Volkswagen road trip. So we're in the Dornbirn in Austria, in the 4 Points by Sheraton Hotel. This is the room. It's nice and big, and yeah, it's got everything you need, and a really good view as well. So if you can see up there, that's the cable car cable that we went up to that building on the top of that hill there last night. The Karren Mountain, and as you can probably work out in the daylight, it's got a really good view, but Lake Constance you can't see is just over around this corner. And we were having breakfast on the 11th floor upstairs, which has got a really good view, like a proper panoramic 360 view, and a couple of airships from Friedrichshafen, where I think the Zeppelin are based, went past. One of them was the Goodyear one you might have seen at Le Mans if you've been there, or other big events. So today it's a relatively easy day. We've got a couple of 100 miles to do in 4 and a bit hours to get to our destination in Schenna, which is near Bolzano in northern Italy. It's called the South Tyrol region. It's a very odd region in that it's Italian, but they speak German primarily. And we're going to a hotel that we actually stayed in 4 years ago called the Hohenwart, and we've wanted to get back there since 2018 when we took the RS3 rental car, the one in Viper Green. But because of moving house in 2019, COVID in 20 and 21, we'd not been able to do it. 2022, I got COVID myself a couple of months ago, and we couldn't get there. That's where we were heading for. So hopefully today we're going to get there. The biggest attraction is that it's got a salt pool on its roof, so that really is the main target of today. So yeah, let's get in the car, go through the mountains. We're going to go to Davos for lunch, and then we're going to go on the Stelvio. We're going to actually use it as a road to get to our destination, which is probably the best way rather than driving up it and driving back it, particularly from the east side where it's not particularly enjoyable. So I'll see you somewhere in the mountains very soon. We're starting the day with some fuel. We've got Shell V-Power 100. It's 194.9 euros per litre, which is about the same as cheap Sedan in the UK, like say from Sainsbury's. So yeah, that should keep us going through the mountains today. Morning guys, check out this Audi 50 based on the Mark 1 Polo. Never came to the UK. I was driving down the road, I saw a sign for a car show in Switzerland, and like everything they do this properly here. Look at the setting, and down here is a lovely Mark 2. Well guys, welcome to Davos in Switzerland. This is famous for being a ski resort, but it's also famous for the meeting of world leaders when the G20 is here, and this is where they stay, in the Steigenberger Hotel Belvedere. The conference centre is just a short walk down there. Whether they walk or not, I don't know. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Mercedes Maybach there. That tells you all you need to know about the kind of people that come around here. So we've just had lunch in a little cafe called Cafe Weber, and then we're going to get on the Fluela Pass, which then joins with the Stelvio, get to our destination in Italy, and hopefully that salt pool tonight. In about 4 or 5 hours, we shall see how we're getting on. Cowbells. Well, we're probably 10 minutes out of Davos, and we're already up quite high on the Fluela Pass. We're actually 2,242 metres above sea level according to the altimeter on this car. It's a weekend, it's the Alps, it's not the best driving in the world, but scenery's, yeah, okay, not bad. And the car feels at home. Got some firm damper mode, got it in manual mode. Don't really need the exhaust on loud really, still makes a nice bellow. Okay guys, got the cameras rolling hopefully, because there's this amazing really early Beetle and sort of Type 2 rally. Check that out. Wow. The Alps are brilliant because they're always full of rallies. There'll be a tractor rally, a Porsche rally, Ferrari rally. Today we've got the very early Beetle rally, all Swiss registered as well I think. Okay guys, we're on the Ofen Pass now, another pass, and what I said about car clubs, we have Lambos, 3 of them. That's quite a lot of Lambos in one place at the same time, even Switzerland. So we're on the Ofen Pass now. It's another one between the one we were on earlier. What was that called? Fluela. And then the next one should be the Stelvio. I think we're going to maybe have another one in between actually, but the road's quieting down a bit now. Some good overtaking spots like you can see now. This is a really good drive, and a lot of the traffic has gone the other way at the junction back there somewhere. So yeah, more Lambos. Here we are. 4, 5, 6. Not bad. It's a great day for it. So in Switzerland the roads seem to be quite wide, seem to be pretty well surfaced. You do get roadworks, but they're quite short-lived. And the roads kind of like your dream road in many ways. We're most of the way up the Umbrail Pass, and it turns out it is fully surfaced, but it's quite narrow in places. And we met the bus on a hairpin bend, which was fun. Nice old classic transit. Yeah, on a Sunday at like 4 in the afternoon there is a bus that comes down here, but it's pretty quiet, mainly bikers. We're following what looks like a grandmother in a Fiat Panda 4x4. He probably knows it pretty well, and that's as fast as I'm happy to go. The scenery is pretty incredible. We're going to hit the Stelvio somewhere close to the summit, but hopefully on the bit we've never driven before, because we've driven up from the Italian side before, so we should see a little new bit of the Stelvio, which is good because the other side's not very good to drive anyway. And let bikers go, because they can enjoy this road a bit more than us. Okay guys, we're at the top of the, what's it called, Umbrail Pass, and a lot of bikers justifiably taking photos of their bikes here. They've come from Berlin, so quite a drive. It's the Italian border as well, I think. So we're going to drop into Italy in a sec, and yeah, let's go. Welcome to the top of the Stelvio Pass, about 2,700 metres above sea level. We first came here in 2018, in June, in Kermit, the Green RS3. It was a bit busier then, being June. It's a bit more manageable now. You can see down there the asphalt spaghetti that Clarkson described in the video, the greatest driving road, and I gather the bit over there, which we've only driven a bit of, is the greatest driving road, but this bit's not that great, to be honest. I'm a bit out of breath because there's not much oxygen up here, but yeah, the scenery though is pretty spectacular. We've just come to and try out this restaurant here, which is a bit quieter, away from all the traffic. My car's just down there next to a Fiat Uno, believe it or not, with Rome plates on it, random. But yeah, check out that view. There's a cable car here as well. If this isn't high enough, you can go higher still. Coming to the top of the Stelvio, even in the car, deserves a snack. So we've got some apple strudel to enjoy the view with. Okay, we're now descending the bottom half of the Stelvio, and it's a little bit quieter, so there's not much traffic coming up the hill. This is actually narrower and gnarlier than the upper bits, but I'm just hoping we don't meet too many big vehicles in tight spots, because you can get a bit of a wriggle on. What having a Boxster is all about. So you've got rear wheel drive, so these corners don't feel as tight as they look. You just get on the gas, it helps you around. Brilliant brakes, we've got the roof down, we've got the sports exhaust on. Driving couldn't be much better. And we finally made it back to Hotel Hohenwart in Schenna. So we've done in total 1,200 miles over the 3 days of travelling. We did make a bit of a meal of it, taking the sort of the hardest routes for the Alps. We could have gone down to Innsbruck and down the Brenner Pass and been here by lunchtime instead of sort of just about catching dinner here in the hotel. So yeah, it's been incredible. Though on the way back we'll probably take it easier, but I just had so much to catch up with, because I haven't driven in my own car in the Alps since 2015 and haven't driven in the Alps since I think 2018. So yeah, it's been awesome. So we're in the town of Schenna, we're in the province of Bolzano. We're basically as far north in Italy as you can go before you hit Austria. We're on the south side of the Alps, which are just here looking very brooding, and then this valley down here goes down to Bolzano, and then the main motorway goes to Trento and Verona, and you've got Lake Garda sort of about 100 miles down there on the hills. It's an area famous for apple growing. These sort of farms here are all apples, and they're just sat there all succulent and amazing at this time of year in September. It's also famous, this town here, Murano, for being the home of Günther Steiner. This is where he was born, the boss of Haas F1. So yeah, I'm not sure how much we're going to explore here. I don't think I'm going to film an awful lot this time because I really do need to have a holiday, but it's great to be back. There is one more thing I need to show you though. And the thing I need to mention is the rooftop pool. That's what made us come here in 2018, and it was just an object of fantasy during the COVID lockdown, and we really wished we were here. And we're finally here now, so I'm getting it.